Okay, good morning. Good morning. Okay, good morning, everyone. For today, your English lesson, you are going to continue on Unit 4 Learning World, and we are going to look at some revision of your previous unit. And do a few activities from your English class 1. For today's lesson, you would definitely need to be in the Google Meet. This is just like a revision for you because most of the activity is about vocabulary and listening. And if you are not in the class, it will not be very interesting for you. Okay, because it's based on what we are doing in class, online class. All right. Okay, shall we start? Right. To begin with, teacher will play for you the video of the previous lesson so you can listen and let's listen and revise. Last week's present continuous affirmative and negative. Okay.
Dad's running. I'm running. Ah! Dad isn't running. I'm not running. I am running. I'm running. I'm not running. Are you running? He is running. He's running. He isn't running. Is he running?
All right. Okay. So that's it for the present continuous. I hope it refreshed your memory. Remember, you learned about affirmative and negative in present continuous, right? And the verb of ing, how to say yes and how to say no in the present continuous. Okay, that for this activity, you'll be watching a video during the lesson just to refresh some memory and also for you to guess the topic of the day, what we are learning today. Today, we are going to learn about learning a new language. How is it very difficult? How difficult it is for us to learn a new language. So this video will give you a hint, okay, a clue on what we are doing today and what is the character doing in the clipping that you'll be watching. So if you are coming for class, teacher will play the video for you. For those who are not coming for the class, you may go and watch this video and get to know what is this video when you go to this link, okay, this address in the YouTube. Okay, for the first activity, because our lesson is today is about vocabulary and listening, and we are using verbs to study a language. All right, so we are going to look at the basic words that we need in order to improve our language. So the words that we need is definitely you need your vocabulary. You have to know your vocabulary. You have to know what is grammar. You need to have a good pronunciation. You need to be able to read so that you know what is that language. You need to be able to listening skills. speaking, and writing. So all these skills are necessary for you to be good in a language, in a particular language. So what teacher did here is I've given you the meaning here. All right. So you need to match it. You need to match the meaning with the answers. The answers given. Okay. So you need to match it with the words given here and the meaning. All right. So shall we do this? Okay, the first one, vocabulary means the body of words used in a particular language. Grammar is the whole system and the structure of a language or of languages in general. Pronunciation is the way in which a word is said, pronounced. Reading is the action or skill of reading something. Okay, reading a book. So you want to improve your language. For example, you want to improve English, right? So you have to keep reading lots of English books. Listening give one's attention to a sound. That means you have to listen to the sound that you are using in English. If you want to improve your English, you have to listen to more songs, let's say, and listen to teacher carefully when I'm speaking so that you can copy certain words of the way I'm pronouncing the words. The action of conveying information, speaking, or expressing one's feeling in speech. You have to deliver, able to speak in the language. You have to practice speaking in the language. Writing is the activity or skill of writing. When you are writing using the same language every day, you are improving, right? We are doing that. So now for today's objective, you'll be able to listen to interviews about learning a language and you have to match them. Okay, it's about listening skills, huh? So you have to sharpen your ears. Right, for this first activity, you are going to give your own answer. Your own answer is whether you are a super language student. That means, are you able to learn new languages quickly, or are you super brilliant, or you are just okay? So, right, it's okay, but we will be answering this questionnaire. You will be answering on your own. In order to understand what you are answering here, you can see the pictures on your right. So that is what we are doing. I'll be showing you as we are listening to the audio. Okay, so you have to listen to the audio track podcast and you have to give the answers. Okay, I mean, the answers are whether yes or no. You just listen to the podcast and you look at the picture. Then after that, you decide whether it's yes for you or no for you. Then later on, we will add on the score. When you add on the score, then you can see the answers whether you are here. This is the key for this question. Or you are at 4 to 7 or 8 plus. Okay, just be honest when you are answering. Huh? Okay.
Unit 4. Vocabulary and Listening. Exercise 1. 1.
Do you ever listen to English when you're out of school? E.
2.
Do you know the alphabet? Can you spell your name in English? H.
3.
Do you check words in a dictionary or word list? D.
4.
Do you repeat a new word if you want to learn it? C.
5.
Do you ever practice your pronunciation? A.
6.
Do you revise before an exam? I.
7.
Do you ask questions when you don't understand? J.
8.
Do you usually concentrate when you do your homework? B.
9.
Do you make notes about grammar or write new vocabulary in your notebook? F.
10.
Do you ever read books, articles, or comics in English? G.
Okay, so that's about it. I hope you got all the answers. Then you can share the score with me. For those who are coming for class, you can share it in class. For those who are not coming, you can share it in the Telegram group. Okay. For this activity, definitely we'll be doing it during the lesson, whereby you have to work in pairs. You ask the same questionnaire and you check your scores in the key. Right, and we will be sharing the answers in the class. This activity you need to listen to the podcast prepared here and give the answers for question 1, 2, and 3.
Unit 4, Vocabulary and Listening. Exercises 3 and 4. 1. So, Mario, you're a football player. Are you learning English?
Yes, I am, because I live here and I play football here.
What are you doing now?
I'm watching TV. It's good for my English.
Is English difficult?
It's okay. My listening is not so good.
2. Mark, Peter, police officers in London are learning languages.
That's right.
Are you learning the same language?
No, we aren't. I'm learning Russian and Peter's learning Arabic.
Why are you studying those languages?
Because a lot of people from different countries live in London or visit London.
What are you doing now, Mark?
I'm checking new vocabulary on the internet.
Is Russian difficult?
For me, yes. It's got different letters. Reading and writing are difficult.
3. Hannah, what language are you studying?
Mandarin.
Really? At school?
Yes. We've got a teacher from China.
What are you doing now?
I'm revising for my exams now.
Is Mandarin a difficult language?
Yes, it's very difficult. The pronunciation, the sounds are difficult. But I like it.
Can you say goodbye in Mandarin?
Yes. 再见.
Okay, so that's the end of the podcast. Just now for number 1, accidentally the answer came up. All right, so that's the answer for number 1. Okay, number 2, Mark and Peter are learning Russian and Arabic. Okay, Hannah, what is Hannah learning? Hannah is learning Mandarin. Okay, that's it. So for the next one, you need to listen again to the same podcast and you answer this question: what is he or she doing now, and what does he or she think is difficult? So you have to see whether you have to listen again, and you have to come up with the answer. What are they doing now, and what do they think is very hard for them, difficult for them? So you have to listen to the same podcast. Okay, so you can listen again in your you have to listen to the same podcast and give the answer. Teacher will be discussing this during the online lesson, so I'm not going to go too much on it. Okay, so a study strategy when you are learning is to thinking about how you can learn, can help to learn, can help you to learn better. So when you think about how to study a language, you will learn better. So a study strategy you can see here in activity 5. For example, a good thing is when you revise before an exam, you do revision, you learn better. But if you don't listen to English when you're out of school, let's say you don't practice English at all, I don't think so there will be much improvement in your language, because you saw the studying strategy earlier, right? In the picture, those pictures that you saw, are you a super language student in the questionnaire? So you have to follow the positive ones. So if you don't follow them, I don't think necessarily that your English may improve, because you are learning a different language compared to your mother tongue, right? Okay. For the next activity, you need to work in pairs and you have to compare the answers in your table in exercise 5. So, which means that activity 5, you have to write more answers, you have to come up with more answers. And where did you get these answers from? From activity 2, which we will be doing in the class. If you are doing in the class, then you will be able to do that. So, you have to come up with your own answers here if you are just watching the video. Okay, for number 6, you have to work in pairs, you have to compare the answers in your table in exercise 5. Right, so when you are finished with activity 5, then only you are able to do activity 6. Also, if you are coming for class, you are able to do this activity because you have to discuss with your friends. For this last part here, teacher planned a simple spelling assessment for you. So I hope you would listen and you would start doing this.
First word for the spelling is vocabulary. Vocabulary. The second word is grammar. 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 Third word is pronunciation. 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 Fourth word is speaking. 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 Fifth word is listening. 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 The sixth word is writing. 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 The seventh word is reading. 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 Okay, these are the words. I'm just gonna repeat all the words again. First word, vocabulary. Second word, grammar. Third word, pronunciation. Fourth word, speaking. The next word, listening. Followed by writing and reading. Thank you. That's it for your spelling.
Okay, that's about it for your spelling. So the end of the that's the end of the lesson. Okay, there's one more thing that you need to. All right, so teacher will be sharing the QR code for those who are coming for the lesson for your attendance. Okay, all right. Thank you, class.